Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We're on page 811. This is chapter 11, lesson 2 in your math book. We are converting customary units of length. Great notes on page 807. If you need any help, please look there. Okay, number 1, we have 5 miles. We're converting to yards. Now remember, every mile has 1,760 yards. So we have this times 5 miles. So let's do our work. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 7 is 35, 36, 37, 38. 5 times 1 is 5, 6, 7, 8. So our answer is going to be 8,800 yards. Number 2, we are converting yards to inches. Horse to fly, we multiply. So every yard has 36 inches times 7 of them. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 3 is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So our answer is going to be 252 inches. Number 3, we're doing inches to yards. Fly to horse, divide, of course. So 150, and I know in each yard there are 36. Now I'm looking at that, and I know there's probably about 4 or 5, not 4. I'm going to try to do a guess and check. Let's do 36 times 4. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 3 is 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's about as close as I can get without going over. So 4, and I have 144. And I know I turn that to a 4, and this to a 10. Now I can subtract. 10 minus 4 is 6, and that's what I have left over. So I have 4 feet, and there's 6 left over, and in each foot there's 12. But I'm looking at that number, and that can be simplified. I can divide both the top and bottom by 6, so then my new answer will be 4 and 1/6 of a yard is my answer. Okay, number 4, we're going inches, and it looks like we're dividing into feet, and there's going to be some leftovers. So we're going from fly to horse, divide, of course. So I have 110, and every foot has 12 inches. So I'm looking about that, and I think that 9 would work the best. So 9 times 12 is 108. So I have 2 left over. So I have 9 feet, and I have 2 inches left over for number 4. Okay, number 5, we have yards to inches. We're going from horse to fly, we multiply. So there's 36 inches in a yard times 8 yards. 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 3 is 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 288 inches. Actually, that's not quite right because we have, yeah, that's right, 288. We're good. Now we're on 6. Ooh, a mile one. Okay, now remember, every mile has 5 tomatoes. Okay, so 5280. Now, you could divide it, see how many times it'll go in, but I'm just going to subtract it and see what I get. Now you have to write this very neatly because it's a small space, so do your best, okay? So 0 minus 0 is 0, but I cannot take 8 from 0. I have to borrow over here, turn that into a 1, and that can be a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. Cannot take 2 from 1, so I have to borrow from here again. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of work. And 11 minus 2 would be 9, 10, 11, so there's 9. Cannot take 5 from 2, so I have to turn that into a 0 and borrow. Now I can do that, and my answer is 7. Okay, I have 1 mile right here, but I still have a whole bunch of number left. So I'm just going to subtract it again. Now I cannot take 8 from 2, so I have to borrow, turn this into an 8, this into a 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is 4. 8 minus 2 is 6. 7 minus 5 is 2. There's another mile. And we know from our previous experience, this is a half a mile. So we have 1, 2.5 miles. 2 1/2 of a mile. Number 6, 13,200 feet would be 2.5 miles, or you could also write it like this, 2.5, your decision. Next page. Number 7, which of the following is not a common unit for measuring the customary system? A, feet, B, inches, C, meter, or D, miles? Well, we've been playing with inches, feet, and miles, so I would have to say this is our only one that does not belong. Number 8, which operation is necessary to convert from a smaller unit to a large unit? So we're going to say fly to horse, divide, of course. Good job. Brain builders. Okay, there's a couple of different things we are involved with this. Remember, these are multi-steps, so please pay attention. Ty has 2 pieces of wood shown on the table. What is the combined length in inches? Combined means adding. But looking over here, we have to convert these to the same thing. We've got yards and inches. We need to convert everything to inches, then add them together. So 1 yard is 36 inches. So we're going to do 36. And then we add that 9. We have 45. Now we have to combine the other piece of wood he has. Whoops, wrong answer. 5 plus 4 is 9. 8 plus 8 is 8. So together with these pieces of wood, he has 89 inches. Okay? Now Lily built an orange shelf and a brown shelf to hang in her room. The orange shelf is this long, and the brown shelf is twice as long. So there's a couple of different ways you can do this. I'm going to do it what's the simplest way by converting everything to inches first, and then I'm timesing it by 2, because that's what twice as long means. So 5 feet, I'm going to convert that into inches. So 12, that's how many inches are in a foot, times 5 equals 60. Then I add the 8, because there's 8 inches right there. So we have 68 inches. Now it's double that. So 68 times 2. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Okay, so what is the length of the brown shelf? We have 136 inches. But they want us to convert it back to feet and inches now. Okay, so now we have to take 136 and divide it by 12 to find out how many feet and inches are there. Okay, so 12 will go into 13 one time. 1 times 12 is 12. 1 left over, and there's 16. 12 will go into 16 one time. 1 times 12 is 12. And then there's 4 left over. Remainder 4. So I have 11 feet, 4 inches. Okay. All right, number 11. We need to figure out, each volunteer had to measure a baby elephant. We have to figure out who measured the tallest elephant. We got a couple of interesting things here. We have yards, inches, and feet. We need to convert them all to the smallest unit. So let's go with inches because that's the most precise, okay? So 2 yards. If we had, gotta get some work over here. There's 36 inches in a yard times 2 of the yards. 2 times 6 is 12, 6, 7, 72. So this is like saying this is 72 inches, okay? Now 68 inches, thankfully that's already done for us. We'll just transfer it over here so it's easy and nice and pretty. 5 feet. Well, I know there are 12 inches in 1 foot. Now there's 5 of them, so that is 60. So this is 60 inches. And 5 feet again. 5 times 12 is 60, but then there's this extra 10. So I'm going to add 10 to this, and we know that that's going to be 70 inches. Okay, now we back out a little bit, looking which volunteer had the tallest elephant. George did, so we find George over here and mark it in. Please make sure you have your work and tear this out carefully, and please turn this in. Thank you for your time.